Video. Okay, hi everyone. We're going to do the review of Because of the Rabbit by Cynthia Lord, and I have Caitlin and Emily and Evan helping me today. Do you guys hear a plane going overhead? There's a plane going overhead at my house. Okay, tell me about the main character. It's a girl. Tell me about her. Go ahead, Caitlin.
Her dad works for like an animal company. And so he like rescues animals who are in trouble.
Okay, Emily, do you want to add to that?
Emma, the girl, that's her name, she really loves animals, and sometimes when they find animals, she gets to take them home to her house and keep them.
Okay, and Evan, do you want to add something else?
Her mom homeschools her.
Thank you. I thought that was very important information. Okay, and what new is going to happen to her pretty soon? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. She's gonna go to private school.
She's
for
gonna
her 5th grade year.
Yeah, she's gonna go to school because what happened last year? What was the thing that happened that made her want to go to school? Go ahead.
Her big brother Owen went away to high school, and she's like, she doesn't have anybody to play with anymore.
Right.
So she wanted to go to public school.
And try it out. Okay, so it's her birthday, and they're going to have her special dinner and everything. But then her dad gets a phone call. And then what happens? Go ahead.
So it's the night before Emma goes to school for the first time, and he gets a call that there's a bunny stuck in a fence. And so Emma wants to go and help get the bunny out of the fence. So
okay, stop. Okay, stop. Wait, before they go, do you remember that Owen and Emma have kind of a little code thing about if they're happy or sad or excited? What did Owen ask her? Caitlin, do you remember?
Remember what?
What did Owen ask her right before they got the phone call, or when Dad was taking the phone call about they had kind of a little code thing about being excited or happy or sad, like it was a race?
Oh, did they keep asking each other what feeling was like ahead of the race?
Right. What he thought that she was, what was the feeling? Do you remember? Who was ahead? Evan, do you remember who was ahead?
Excited?
Or what's the other feeling?
Scared.
Scared, right, exactly. Okay, so they got the call about the rabbit. They went to see about the rabbit. Was it a wild rabbit? No. So it's a bunny, a pet rabbit that must have got out. So they took it home, and Mom said to leave it in the kitchen in the box. So did she? No. In the middle of the night, what did she do?
She went downstairs, and she took it and all of its stuff, and she brought it up to her room.
Yeah. Okay, so then, so the next morning, she brought it downstairs, and everybody's having breakfast, and then she goes to get on the bus, but then what did Owen give her before she got on the bus? Do you remember? Okay, go ahead, Caitlin.
He gave her one of their, rocks that they've collected and written words on.
And did she read it right then, or was she supposed to? What?
she was going to read it right once she got to school.
Right when she needed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Owen said when you need it. Do you remember what it said?
Be strong? No, be yourself.
Be yourself. Yeah. I thought it was be something, but I couldn't remember either. Okay.
Yeah.
So she was really scared and didn't know where to go. So then she saw someone she knew and she took her to the her right classroom. So what does Emma want most from being in public school? Okay, Emily, go ahead.
A best friend.
A best friend. Okay, and she has in her mind what kind of person that might be, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So she's looking at the kids in her table group and she's trying to figure out if one of those guys could be a best friend material, right? So what happens? Yeah. They play that 2 truths and a lie thing at their very first, and then they go to lunch. And what happens at lunchtime that was kind of upsetting to her? Evan?
She dropped her apple.
Uh-huh.
And a bunch of kids started kicking it around, and a teacher picked it up and said, "Who is this apple?" And she...
Yep. Okay, that's good. Also, did she sit with girls, or did she... That was it. That was right, though, Evan. Did she sit with the girls she thought that she was going to be friends with, or who did she sit with?
Sat with Jack.
Yeah, Jack. Who is a little bit different, right? Yeah.
Special needs.
Yeah, special needs. But not super special, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just has trouble focusing and maybe blurting out or whatever, like controlling his mouth or whatever. A lot of people. I had trouble too when I was a kid. Okay, so when she got home, she was excited to see the bunny. Do you remember she named it? What did she name the bunny?
Or Lappy.
Lappy. Good job. Yes, Lappy. Because her grandpa had told her stories, and they kind of sounded to me like Brer Rabbit stories. Did they kind of sound like that to you? Yeah, that's what I thought too. Okay, so what did she and her dad do when she got home from school?
They took Lappy to the pet shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And they researched to see if it had an owner.
Uh-huh.
And no one had called.
Right.
She had looked like she'd been in the wilderness for a long time.
So what did she talk her dad into?
Keeping the rabbit until, at her house, until, somebody called the shelter that they were missing a rabbit.
Good job.
Happy.
Yes. Okay, good job. Okay, so what idea did Emma have to maybe get a friend, a person who would like the same thing she likes? The next day she was going to do something to hopefully get someone to be a friend. Do you remember what her idea was? To
invite them to her house.
Right. Okay.
To film the video.
Exactly, to film the video. Did that go okay? Did that work?
No.
Because why? She didn't know about what kind of things did she not know about?
About how they get home from school and what they all have to do.
Yeah, you have to plan ahead, right? You have to have permission and have a note and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So she wanted them to all meet at her house, but that couldn't happen. Okay, so who came to her house? Who got to come to her house? Jack. Okay, so what did he think about Lappy?
He was sort of nervous.
Yeah.
He was nervous a little bit.
Yeah, nervous about, he liked to research facts about animals, but not necessarily really touch them or anything. Even the dogs worried him, right? Yeah. Okay, so then to make him more comfortable with Lappy, what did Emma do?
Had him there and like keep his feet up and just like watch while Lappy ran around the room.
And then didn't she start to tell him something about that her grandfather had told? And so did she tell him a
story?
Right, one of the stories that her grandpa had always told her about Lappy, the Monsieur Lapin. Yeah. And so then he was making the joke that he was Jackrabbit and the Lappy was Monsieur Lapin, right? Okay, so do you remember what the 2 truths and a lie were for Jack? Evan? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think I remember the lie. I don't think I remember the other 2.
Okay, tell me the lie is?
The lie was he had a big skeleton, Lego skeleton dinosaur that was over 200 pieces when it was actually over 700.
Right. Emily, do you remember the truths?
The truths were... It's hard to remember now.
Okay, Caitlin, do you remember? He had a collection. Do you remember what his collection was?
Oh, tickets.
A tickets, yeah, like coupons or something. Yeah, tickets. And when did he learn to read?
When he was 3.
When he was 3. See, you guys remembered. Okay, so what... Do you remember the very first time they did 2 truths and a lie in their table group? What did Emma say that was the lie part, but she told them that it was the truth part? And it got her in trouble at lunch the next day. Okay, say it.
That she had, wait, the lie?
What's the lie? But she told them that it was the truth because they thought that the other thing was gross. So she didn't want to say that that was the truth. Evan, do you remember?
Wasn't it that she was homeschooled?
Nope, something else.
Not homeschooled.
No.
The frogs in her bathroom?
That was the embarrassing part, and that was the truth. So she said that was the lie. But what was the real lie? She said she loved...
Didn't like pickles.
Pickles.
Didn't like pickles, yeah.
She hated pickles, yeah. So remember when she, the next day when the girls asked her to sit with them, then the girls shared their pickles with her and she was like, ugh. Yeah, okay. So, so then they did the presentation and Owen helped her do the slides part. And what did Owen say that was really important about how do you get a friend? What do you have to do to
be a friend?
You have to be a friend if you want to have a friend, right? So you have to be like kind to that person or truthful and all those things that are very important, right? You also has to be a friend. What happened with the girls and when she showed the picture of Lappy at lunch, what did one of the girls tell her?
I haven't gone that far.
Oh, do you remember they said, Emily, do you remember they said about, she'd seen something on the flyers? Flyers for a lost bunny? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so she was really worried about that, huh?
Yeah.
So Emily, did you finish the book too, or no?
Yes.
Okay, so at the very end. Okay, so at the very end, what happened when they presented their 2 truths and a lie in front of the school? What did she do during class that was kind of scary?
She called the person who had put up the flyer, but she found out that the rabbit that they had lost was a white rabbit, and it was a girl and had babies, and so it was not Lappy.
Yes. And wasn't it nice? A bunch of the kids were really nice when she was doing that, but especially who was nice and helped her with like what she was gonna say and stuff like that. Who was really nice? Go ahead, Emily.
Jack, he made note cards and held them so that she knew what to say.
Exactly. I thought that was really nice of Jack. And so I think the moral to the story, what do you think the moral to the story is, Emily?
Don't be worried about something that might not be true.
True. Oh, Caitlin, what do you think so far that you've finished? What do you think it is?
Maybe that some of your best friends aren't maybe your typical friends who you would think they might be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Evan, what do you think? Do you want to add more to that, Caitlin? Or is that it? Evan, what do you think?
The moral of the story?
What do you think it could be?
I haven't finished it.
But so far, what you've heard, because you kind of heard the end, what do you think?
Face your problems?
Well, that's a good thing too, because her mom wouldn't let her quit public school just when she had a hard day, right? Because she said she had to go through the hard stuff before she was able to quit. That's a good thing to do too. Well, I think all three of you are kind of right, and I was gonna say maybe something about like what Caitlin said. You know, if someone who ends up being your friend might not be the one that you thought you wanted. Maybe you really thought that person over there, you really wanted that person over there to be your friend, but maybe you have a lot more in common with that person over there, right? You just never know. You never know, right? Okay, I think you guys did good. Thank you so much. And remember, tell everybody when you guys Zoom your classes that we're going to be starting that next book Monday, Beyond the Deep Woods, okay? Got it? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.